All right, welcome back. So, just like that, they've come out with an update to the game, another update to the beta. And so, because the game can break if you're playing it in the middle and in the update, it's a good idea to get started right when the new update comes out. So, let's do that. We finished Chapter 1, so the next chapter, Chapter 2, is on the East Coast, 1830. The early days. This chapter is all about the modest beginnings of railroads. Blah, blah, blah. Continue. Rail network, realistic. Pause mode. Manual. I can pause it at any time. Yes, which means I'm limited to the number of points I can get, but that's how I want to do it. The rail network is realistic. And there's 2 competitors. Oh boy. Continue.
I did an evaluation of the contenders and I am the best choice.
So it looks like we still don't have a character choice here, which is a little surprising. Oops. Don't right click. Realistic manual. Yeah.
Sometimes I think about giving everything up and dedicating my life to poetry. How about you?
Alright. That's Mr. Tolakram. And Baltimore and Ohio is fine. We can't rename it anyway. And again, we receive 5% higher
I did an
freight.
evaluation of the contenders and...
Yeah, we heard that. Continue. I'm sure there's talk here.
In 1830, the prosperous industrial centers on the east coast of the United States of America were poorly connected to the mainland. Insufficiently developed toll roads and slow ship canals were the only options when making long journeys. Farmers, businessmen, and travelers lamented these long, arduous, and above all, unsafe transport routes. They were not only an inconvenience for travelers, but also shackles on an emergent nation's hunger to grow. But at this time, a development from England was taking its first steps and helped keep alive the hope of many cities in the East of reaching greater economic influence and growth.
All right.
I've been waiting for you. I'm Philip Evan Thomas. It's always been my dream to build a railroad to the Ohio River and beyond. That would help everyone, both the settlers and the natives. And I need your help with that. First of all, I have 2 tasks for you in order to build a base from where we can monitor further activities. But as I learned back when I was a bank clerk, the books must always balance. So take care to make a profit, even with these preliminary assignments.
All right. You say anything more? So we got 2 tasks. Connect Baltimore and Washington. Connect 3 rural businesses to your rail network. Baltimore and Washington. Okay. Easy enough. Let's pause it quick. There's Baltimore, there's Washington. Oh, yeah, we've done this before. So Baltimore, we already have a station. And down here in Washington, let's build a... I'll build $100,000 2-track station. How the heck? I'm trying to use Transport Fever keys here. Shift, here we go. And I'll put the station, well, no, wait. If I want to move, hold on a minute. Hold on. Is it? Alright, I'm at the, wow. Should have gotten used to the keys before I started recording. Alright, yeah, so if I'm going to want to cross the river and head down here, why would I want to head down here? Well, here's an industry for one thing. And here's Norfolk. Not to be confused with the other Norfolk. But I'm definitely going to want to cross the river here. So I want this station aimed in such a way that it's easy to get across the river. And so, you know, I guess just straight up and down on this side of town works. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, right click to get out, right click to get out again. Let's run some tracks. And I can't imagine going to the right. What's over here anyway? What are these? I guess those would be Indians. Okay. Anyway, let's go on the inside track. Look at all the tracks in Baltimore. Jeez. Let's go on the inside track. As soon as I remember how to do it. And that's an incline of 4%. Can I ease that incline at all? 5 and 2, 4 and 4. And shift right click to remove. So 4 and 4. And there's 4. I'm happy with 4. Okay.
Oh, who's this new fish swimming in our pond? Greetings from the beautiful city of Charlotte. What was your name again? Beautiful stranger, wasn't it? Well, that's what you look like. Just let me know if you need help push-starting your trains.
Maybe that's the one that... Maybe that's the one that we were warned about in the last scenario? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's make a train. Add a locomotive. A grasshopper. Wow, these are slow. Alright. And set up a rail line. We go from Baltimore to Washington. And I guess we can carry anything. Really want past? Yeah, anything. Go. Alright. So that's off my bucket list. Now connect 3 rural businesses. Rural. Easy for me to say. Rural businesses. Oh, we're paused. Let's go. So what kind of businesses do we want to connect? What do we got?
Look, to be clear, I have nothing against strangers. Some of my best friends are strangers. But you're not from here, and New York is my city. That's where I do business. I say when the trains roll, where they're going, and why. As long as you don't get in my way, everything will be A-okay between us.
So he needs to have a little accident.
I see our 2 competitors have introduced themselves to you. They have different approaches, and so will behave differently. Basically, however, they want to expand their rail networks and make a profit just like you do. So stay on guard and don't let them take advantage of you.
Okay.
Oh, bad press? Who reads the papers these days anyway?
Wow. Okay, so this is Hobbs Quarry. And so that's an industry. That's pretty close. I'm paused. And what's Baltimore want? They want, they got meat for export, they got leather for export, they got clothing for export. They have a meat industry, they have tailors. So really, they need cows and cloth. Baltimore does. And what's Washington got? Jeez. That must be the politicians. They have dairy, so they want milk. And they export dairy products. I swear I heard a cow, but it might have been coming from the city. Okay, so what do we have on the big map? We have milk. And we have cows. Uh-huh. And anything down below Washington, we have a farm. And we have wood. And we have another quarry. That looks different though. What is this exactly? Franklin Quarry. Iron. Okay. Alright, well it seems obvious. Oh, here's Pittsburgh. It seems obvious to me anyway that we want to move cows into Baltimore. And I really should have looked before. So how much is it to Alright, I'm coming in on the very right hand side. So we will join from this track then. How much is it to cross the river? It's a keen 77,000. Okay, we bridge all the way there. 49,000. Well, okay, wait. I don't have to do this yet. So we have cows, but I have to put a station in first. And oh, that's interesting. So I can actually lay the track now. So here's a 0%. So that's 300 grand. So right here, the cheapest I can get is all the way down to 213. And alright, let's just escape. Not escape. Right click out of this. Let's put a station over by our cattle yards here. So here I'm going to want to put small stations, not locomotives, stations. And I'm going to be coming this way, maybe towards the milk. So let's see, shift, rotate this so it works the way I want it to work. So here's station number 1, and then station number 2 is going to be the milk. And let's see, shift. Yeah, something like that, so it's a nice smooth curve over. Okay. Not escape. Don't hit escape. Alright, connect these 2 stations with some track. Let's clear the planning. And there's a 4% incline for you. Any way to avoid this? 2 and 6. No, doesn't look like it. Shift click to get rid of that. Alright, pay and build. And then we need to get over to Washington. So we click here. And let's move back over here. And I said I was going to come in on, not on that track, but the one next to it. Okay, so that is $90,000, which honestly does not look that bad. Let's see if I can make it any cheaper. I can't get it any cheaper. That was probably the cheapest route. Well, what do we got? No, shift click. Yeah, 90 with a 0% incline. Alright, let's pay for that. And then coming out of here, I don't really want to double, I want to switch, right? So coming out of here, I'll do a switch. And then, right, we're going to double track. Oh, it doesn't like that. There's the error message right there. There. So it likes that, and then we're going to come all the way over here with the double track. And close to the bridge. And then we're going to merge back in. Just like so. Alright, and we're going to pay for that. And then we're going to, not a locomotive, we're going to put signals in. And I'm going to be very simple with the signals this time and see how they work. This signal will say this way, and it is a do not enter. And this signal will say the other way, and it's a do not enter. And I don't think I need a signal here. I think the end of the station handles the signal. But basically, yeah. So, and then we can put signals right in the middle like that. Okay? And then once you're waiting, you've got to wait all the way over here to come into the station. That's just the way it is. But hopefully that wait won't be too long. Okay. And then we need trains. I think that's what the next purchase is. Yes, an engine. Add a locomotive. a grasshopper. And let's buy another one. No, not replace. Okay, so I can only buy one at a time. And then set up a rail line, and I'm going to do the Nolan. To Baltimore. But it wasn't Baltimore that needed... Baltimore needed milk too, was that true? Wait just a second. Wait just a second. Baltimore. It needs meat and leather and cloth. Or now it has meat for export. It needs cattle and cloth. Right. It was Washington with the cheese factory that needed dairy. That means we're gonna have to double track this, but you know, actually what this means is that we will extend this track from here to the second station here and buy it. And so we don't really need another signal then. So now we will set up a rail line, and we're going from Milk Junction here, Nolan Breeding, to Washington. And oh, I canceled purchasing the locomotive as well. Add locomotive, grasshopper. There it goes. And so that's alright. There goes our first train. So then next up is going to be from Thomas Breeding to Baltimore. And it's unfortunate that I have to use the same track. I could do something crazy like run the side track all the way in here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna share the track with signals. And there comes our little grasshopper there. So let's add a locomotive, and let's set up a rail line, and we will be going Thomas Breeding to Baltimore. And check it off. And now on our bucket list is 2 of 3. And we are moving. Ooh. Why is this guy waiting? Oh dear. Because I didn't specify what line to go in on. That's... Why did that one switch to this track? Is he still waiting? Really? So you're still waiting here with milk because yeah, that's unfortunate. I really want the passenger train to be on the other track. Where did I go wrong? Set up rail line. Whoops. Delete station. Delete station. I can specify the track. No, I can't. How do I change tracks? Oh. Well, both of these come in on the same track. Alright, I can do this. I can do this, just wait. Okay, this is still set up, so we're fine. I just have to fix this, and we're still paused. So, basically what the problem might be is I need to, and you know I've been here before. Okay, now anything coming in here can use either one of these tracks. Our passenger train is using that inside track back and forth. Right. So, our milk train, Nolan Breeding, is using... It doesn't know what it's using. Oh. Trash it. It is using the inside track as well, but in fact, I would like it to use the outside track. It's actually not coming here at all, so it's just picking a track to use. How can I force it to go on the inside? Blast! Well, the first thing I can do is forget all this. Forget all this. Let's put a signal so we can get close. Okay? And I'd like the signal to go both ways. I really would. But this is coming in from this direction. Oh, can I do it with signals? So this is the passenger train. Change signal direction. Construct a directional signal. Shift click. Okay, no. Right. It's not a forced directional signal if I just plop it on here. It is just a signal in this way. That'll get that train behind me moving. And it'll be able to move in when this thing clears. And even though I thought there was a signal here, let's make sure there's a signal here. And let's make sure there's a signal here. And let's make sure there's a signal here in the other direction. And a signal here. Oops. And a signal here in the other direction. And that should... Get out of here. Right. So this guy should be moving now. But he's not. Because of... Waiting for Baltimore, Washington. Pause it again. Waiting for Baltimore, Washington. But you got a signal down here. You got a stop signal way down here. So sure, you're waiting for the Baltimore, Washington. But you've got a signal. Alright, fine. Just fine. You want to go through. You're through traffic. Switch cannot be built here. Switch cannot be built here. A switch cannot be built here. Boy, oh boy. Alright. Let's get out the bulldozer. Carefully get out the bulldozer. Let's bulldoze this signal. Let's see if they fixed anything. Perfect. And now let's build a track. And we can set the switch point right after the bridge here. And we can move into this track. And then we can come back out and move down onto this track. That's a heck of an incline. Alright. I still wish I could understand these switches. Now, you've got a red light here because you're looking for a block. Alright, so I could put something at the end of this block. There. And then you can cross as long as this is good. We want the green here. There we go. I don't really care about coming back this way, but there's a signal there. And then you can come all the way through. So now, let's look at your route. Nice scenery up here. So let's look at your route. So you definitely can use the two tracks, but you're coming in on the right because you're moving through the station. Right, you're moving right through the station. Whereas, honestly, I want this passenger train to be on a different track. Alright, let's babysit it a minute. Perfect. So let's just, you know, just for the heck of it, let's take this train and say, hey, route. You're in Washington. I'm gonna get rid of Baltimore. So there you are in Washington, and then we're gonna add you in Baltimore, but we're gonna stick you on this track. No, this track. Show a list of trains. Trash, trash, trash. How can I stick you on a particular track? Track 1. Whoops. Okay, well, wait a minute. So now your route here. Yeah, why are you on that track? I'm gonna trash the route completely. And I'm gonna say, hey, utilization, I want you on this inside track in Washington, and I want you on the inside track here. And you're not cooperating with me, are you? Check. Are you moving yet? Oh, well, you're moving. Baltimore turns its back.
Don't worry about it. Who's interested in what the tabloids say, right?
How can I get you to change over? So you're gonna stop here because of this train. Which means, honestly, since you're on that middle track, I can put a signal. Yeah, like this. And then as soon as you go, you should be able to come in. But you're not. Neat. Clone train, set up rail line, manage train. I want to trash it. Trash it. Yep. You're gone. Okay. So now you're in. I just have to pay attention to this first. So you're in, and your line is, you're coming through on that middle track. You're staying on the middle track all the way over here to right there. Peachy. I can't wait to build the third train. So now if I want to redo a passenger train, add a locomotive, grasshopper. Whoops, cancel. Close. Set up a rail line. And I want to do this very carefully. I'm going to set it up on the inside line, and I want it on this inside line. It's not going to do it. Select one of your stations. Select an item from the list to change the track and loading at this station. Oh, geez. This whole time? Use track 1. Oh my goodness. That's probably been there the whole time. Check. Alright. Wherever you are, you should be able to go. Oh no. No, no, no. We can't do that. Oh, I'm paused. Okay, so you're coming through on the second track, you're staying on the right, and you're landing on this track. You are sitting on the inside track, and you're coming in. We can go. We're good. Yeah, you should be coming over. You should be coming over. Alright, we're fine. Fortunately, I think the game is rather forgiving. Yeah, you're going through to deliver the milk. Now I have to set up the cow train, which I'm going to let land on this track. So let's set up another train. Add a locomotive. Yep. Set up a line. So right, we are going to deliver cows from Thomas Breeding to Baltimore. And then we're going to click on Baltimore and say edit the station. And I really wish I could move this window. So I'm going to check out of here so I can move this to the side. Now I'm going to say edit station. And I want this to use track 3, which is the only other one that's hooked up. Perfect. Alright. And then I need to, speaking of stations, I need to do supply towers. And I want to put a supply tower, let's say right here. And right here. And then in Baltimore, let's do a maintenance building. And in Washington, let's do a maintenance building. Terrific. And we are moving. And so everybody should be happy. The milk train's running. The cattle train's running. They did fix an issue where you couldn't tilt when you were on a train. Now you can. Ooh, I wonder if I need to put a maintenance shed in between here because this thing's really hurting. How do we speed up this? Let's go a little faster. Now if you look at our bucket list, 1831, connect 3. We're getting there. Alright, now we're rolling. Not sure what I saw up there, but yeah, so we should be coming in to the right hand side. Now right now we can't move because, no we can, although this still goes it's highball, so it doesn't drop down, it raises up, I thought. Maybe I don't know my signals. Maybe it's a different type of signal. So we have a stoplight here. Now we have a go to go into this terminal. Excellent. Okay. So that's good. So now we need one more industry. Cloth. Or wool. And, oh look, a competitor. Now where can we get wool? This is the Lopez farm. It's vegetables. It's food. That's coal. Where in the world? Aha. Cotton. Well, they supply cotton. But what is it that, what is it that Washington didn't need? Washington wanted milk. We got it milk. Baltimore needs cloth. Cloth isn't cotton. Clothing for export. Purchase price. Raw materials available cloth. Huh. Okay. I don't know really how to hook the third. I mean, I guess I could just hook the quarry up. Because really the only requirement is not that it needs it, but just that you connect it. So I can do that. Easy enough. We can take a rail line and we can say, hey, let's go from here. Oh wait, I can't do that yet. Let's put a station in the logging area. So one of the cheapest stations, just a little one. And I think that angle looks pretty good. I guess we could straighten it out. Where is it? There we go. Like so. Perfect. And then let's run a track quickly. We'll go from here to the logging. $182,000. Because of that. Ouch. Well, that's cheaper. There, 84, 83. That's a steep incline. There's a 7% incline, but that's on the way up, I think. Not on the way down. I like it.
The bigger a city gets, the greater its demands get too. At some point, the goods from the immediate area will no longer be enough. That's where the railroad comes in handy. Now select Baltimore to take a closer look at the city.
Well, I haven't really connected it yet. But, okay. Let's select Baltimore to take a closer look at the city.
Baltimore, where the headquarters of our firm is located, has a large clothing industry. The city therefore needs a constant supply of fabrics. In New York, on the other hand, the fashion-conscious customers are waiting for deliveries of ready-tailored goods. They are rail lined between Baltimore and New York, so that the clothing produced in Baltimore can be delivered to New York.
But what about that guy? Alright, well that apparently is our next task. I'll just ignore that rail line we just built. But it's been about 36 minutes. So with this task on, well, it's not actually on the list, but you're supposed to establish a rail line. Anyway, I'll leave that for the next episode. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Especially the part with me figuring out how to run different tracks on different terminals. And thanks for watching. We'll see you later.